I'm Leslea Wahl. Welcome back to Faith Through Fiction. Did you know that October is Respect Life Month? In recognition of that, this month we'll be discussing life and its value. The Catholic Church teaches that life is precious from the moment of conception to natural death, and it's morally wrong to terminate life. Why? Well, because life is given to us by God, and so God alone can take life away. In our society, the most controversial and common aspect of being pro-life is when it comes to the unborn. And abortion is a huge topic of discussion in many homes, schools, and political organizations. And ever since the dismantling of Roe v. Wade, the conversation has gotten louder and meaner. It's a hot topic for everyone, but more so for teens and young adults who have likely left home and are navigating a world filled with chaos and temptation. But abortion is not the only hot-button issue when discussing the sanctity of life. We are also seeing a lot of discussions about ending life for the elderly or disabled. As Catholics, we must stand strong in what the Church teaches, that all life is precious at every stage. This month, our feature author will be discussing this difficult topic with you. So let me pass you on to fellow Catholic Teen Books author T.M. Gaouette so you can find out who it is.
Hey guys, TM Gaouette here. Thank you, Leslea. And yes, we have the wonderful Corinna Turner this month, and she's going to be discussing the subject of life. Now, Corinna has been writing since she was 14, and she likes strong protagonists with plenty of integrity. She's the author of over 25 books, including the Carnegie Medal-nominated I Am Margaret series, and her work has been translated into 4 languages. She was awarded the St. Catherine Drexel Award in 2022. She's also a lay Dominican with a master's in English from Oxford University, and she lives in the United Kingdom. She's a member of a number of organizations, including Society of Authors, Catholic Teen Books, Catholic Reads, the Angelic Warfare Confraternity, the Subtlerity of the Blessed Sacrament. And she used to have a giant African land snail named Peter with a 6.5 long shell. But now she makes do with a cactus and a caravan. So we're so pleased to have her with us today, sharing a story from her Unsparked series, Breach, and how it reflects this month's teen struggle, life. Here's Corinna.
My novel, Breach, takes place in a future version of America where dinosaurs roam freely. At the beginning of the story, Isaiah, a young dino hunter, is coming to terms with what happened to him 3 months earlier. Since 18 is the legal drinking age in their future, he celebrated by going to a bar. Not being used to alcohol, he accidentally got drunk, and an older woman took advantage of him. Waking up in the morning, he was devastated to have done something he had no intention of doing, and little memory of. 3 months later, when the book starts, he and his older brother go to help a tourist resort where a T-Rex has breached the electric fence and a whole load of raptors have followed it inside. But then something far more serious happens. The older woman, Stacy, gets in touch with Isaiah demanding money for an abortion because she's pregnant. Now, Isaiah may not be educated to a high level, but he does understand quite clearly what this means. A new, unique person is now inside Stacy, beginning his or her journey through all the stages that a human being passes through between conception and death. So for him, an abortion is inconceivable. And although he lives in an armoured RV surrounded by dangerous predators and is the least likely dad imaginable, he not only refuses to give her the money, he also fights for his child's life with everything available to him. But as a father, not a mother, he has no rights. So, can he save his baby? Isaiah's attitude is in sharp contrast to that of so many people today who would, like Stacy, label a baby as mere cells. But as Isaiah says at one point, blob of cells? Yeah, it is. And what the heck are you? What the heck am I? We're all blobs of cells, aren't we? What else? And the fundamental question to be asked when considering the morality of abortion is not religious or philosophical. It is simply biological. What is it? What is inside a pregnant woman? Is it a very small dog? A tiny dolphin? Or is it a minuscule human being? It sounds like a joke question, but it's really not, because many people actually justify abortion with the claim that it's not really human yet. But if it's not human, then what is it? It has unique human DNA, and it will grow seamlessly from the point at which it is then into an old grandma or grandpa. There is no point at which one can say it has suddenly become human when it wasn't before. And this is what Isaiah grasps so clearly, and this is the most important thing that we should keep in mind. Nothing about our size or our level of development, our location or environment, or our degree of dependency on others determines whether we are or are not human. The only thing that determines whether we are human is whether we are human.
Thank you, Corinna, and you're absolutely correct. Catholic Teen Books features many stories with the theme of life. For example, my first suggestion is St. Cloud of Gaul, The Prince Who Traded Kingdoms by Susan Peake. As a boy, St. Cloud witnessed the brutal slaying of his family, which gave him a unique perspective on the gift of life. He spent the rest of his life by turning to God and helping others. In Bravewater, by Sarah Robsdottir, the birth of a baby in a small African village acts as a catalyst for the conversion of a soul in a very unusual and unexpected way. And lastly, in Antony B. Kolenc's novel, The Fire of Eden, one of the key themes in this third book of the series is the value, worth, and dignity of all human life, even if one is suffering from a disability. So those are my suggestions. TM, what do you have lined up?
Thanks, Leslea. Great list. And here are some of my suggestions. First, I have from the West Brothers series by Theresa Linden, I have A Life-Changing Love. And in this story, Caitlin must practice old-fashioned courtship. Her best friend, however, dives into a relationship, gets pregnant, and considers getting an abortion. Caitlin offers what advice and help she can to change her friend's mind. And along the way, they discover much about themselves, authentic love, and the development of the baby in the womb. My second suggestion is also part of the West Brothers series. Oh, I don't have a book for that one. So that will be popped up on the screen. It's Anyone But Him, which is also by Theresa Linden. And this story is listed in our new adult section. And it's a continuation of Caitlin and Jared's story, but when they're older. Now, without giving too much away, the characters in this story minister to young women faced with crises, pregnancies. And one character uses lessons learned from past mistakes to give pro-life and pro-chastity talks to high school students. And finally, I have my novel, For Eden's Sake. And in this story, we're introduced to Isaac and Rebecca. They meet one night, and after too many drinks and a walk home, one thing leads to another. A few months later, Isaac gets the call. He and Rebecca are on opposite sides of the abortion debate, and Isaac is left searching for ways he can stop Rebecca from killing their child. Mother Teresa once said that the greatest destroyer of peace today is abortion. A person that doesn't value a baby's life doesn't value any life. So the dignity of innocent life is not just reflected in the unborn child. It's reflected in the old, the sick, and the handicapped. There are many reasons why we must protect innocent life, and it cannot be argued that unpreparedness or inconvenience or even suffering should allow us to terminate a person. What kind of people would we be? Being pro-life is most controversial when it comes to the unborn, however. We've seen the debate twisted into a pretzel and turned on its head in order to justify it. Pro-life is a protection of the unborn, but in order for the pro-choice side to be argued, it has to be rebranded to sound compassionate. So abortion was changed to a woman's right to choose, and more recently, a woman's reproductive rights. Sounds fair, right? Who wants to impose on a woman's right to choose what she wants to do with her own body? Except it's not her own body pro-lifers are concerned about. It's the body of the baby. The death of a baby and being pro-death is not something to be supported. At least it never used to be. And even when anti-life people add the rape and incest argument, you must ask yourself if, in those small percentages of abortions, should innocent unborn children's lives still be snuffed out? Sadly, the abortion activists are getting meaner and meaner in their desire to argue their point, even to the extent of being gruesome in their hatred for fetuses. Which isn't surprising when you recognize that snuffing out the life of an innocent baby is pure evil. Everything that God designs is good, and the devil wants to destroy everything that is good. Life, family, sacrifice, selflessness. These are the elements of choosing life. As Catholics, we must fight for the innocent. We must fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. And that's it. Thanks for joining us on Faith Through Fiction. And until next time, check out more of our exciting, edifying titles on Catholic teen books. Like us on Facebook, follow us on X, and sign up for our monthly newsletter. From me, TM Gaouette, and fellow Catholic teen books author Leslea Wahl. God bless.